welcome back to Alumni Fridays. My name is Lin Masako Chang, and today we are celebrating AAPI Month with our special guest, Kana.
I started as a dancer when I was little, and I went to see a lot of theater and dance because my mom really liked theater. So I remember that probably influenced how I started liking being on stage and just dancing around. And then I moved to theater. I think when I was in elementary school, I did a little musical because that's when I moved to the States and there was more theater in the States. So I did a little musical, and then it kind of went from there. Someone I knew from high school that I did theater and dance with, not from the same high school, but we were in the same area, Abigail, shout out Abigail, who is a year above me. So I knew Fordham from Abigail because I knew them, and they were like, oh, Fordham is great, like it's awesome, it's a fun time, and I was like, oh, let me check it out, and I did, and I had a really good time at the audition, and met a lot of people, met a lot of current students, and I was just inspired. So that's how I discovered Fordham. Yay. The show I'm in here, Alexandria, is a really cool opportunity for me. It is my off-Broadway debut, and also one of the first shows I've gotten that was not Asian specific. This character that I'm playing, Xena, is, not specific to Asian-ness, not specific. The story is relatable for everyone, but I am able to bring my culture and bring my background also to this character, because that's also part of me. The character is not, just because she's not Asian doesn't mean, she's not Asian on paper doesn't mean she can't be, because I am, I'm part of this. So yeah, and I create a backstory for this character that nobody's gonna see, nobody's gonna read about it, but she loves plants, she grows mushrooms, and she has a Japanese grandma who lived by the mountains, and that's how she learned to grow. And I think as a Japanese person, it's really important to honor the ancestors and learn from our mothers. So I made her to be someone who kind of carries on that legacy, and I think it shows. Hopefully it shows. That's my backstory, and I think, yeah, that's what I bring to the table as an actor. Yeah. So I started at the costume shop, Fordham Theatre Costume Shop, as for lab hours, and then I became a work study student there. So I was spending a lot of time in the costume shop, making costumes for main stage productions, and I knew how to sew before, but I learned so much at Fordham. So basically I learned everything there, from just becoming a better stitcher, and then learning how to draft patterns and make clothes from scratch. And I got to, make one of the characters from Midsummer's costume from scratch. I patterned it and I made it, and it was a really cool experience. I learned a lot. And then post-grad, through recommendation from my Fordham Theatre Costume Shop supervisors, I got a job at a Broadway costume shop in New York, and so currently I work as a first-hand assisting, making costumes for Moulin Rouge, Broadway, and Juliet, Lion King, and it's really I didn't expect to be here, honestly, but it just kind of happened, and I really enjoy making costumes. I think Fordham Theatre gives everyone the freedom to explore different disciplines in theater, which I think is so important. I think right now the theater industry has become everyone has become multidisciplinary. Like everyone can do many things, and especially like early career artists, because there's limited budget or limited resources, everyone kind of helps each other in different aspects. Like especially like this is produced by Pop-Up Productions. They're all early career young artists who just do everything. They're like superstars. They can do everything and they all help each other out. I am very loud about being Japanese. I talk about it a lot. Sometimes it's my whole personality. And so everyone knows I'm Japanese and everyone knows I speak Japanese. So a lot of the times people kind of just take me to where the Japanese people are and I just find them and I'm like, oh, hi. The short film I did like 2-3 years ago, which became a big part of my life. It's called Koi, directed and written by Justine Kanada, beautiful, beautiful human being. And we ended up in like multiple film festivals. Never imagined that was gonna happen. But that was, the casting call for that film was sent to me by other people because they knew I was Japanese, and it has, it was about Japanese American sisterhood and their relationship with their mother, and it was about Japanese family. And I still stay in touch with them. Some of them came to see my show. So it's a community that I cherish. And then Koi was picked up by New York Cinefest, Japan Cinefest, which is a Japanese film festival here in New York. So there I also met more Japanese artists and filmmakers, including you, Lynn, who is interviewing me right now. Find other international artists. I think a good place to start is there's a group called International Theater Makers Advocates that you can join. There's a group online and they sometimes do meetings. But yeah, throughout the year I've found so many other international artists, and it's really important to just hear from their experience because everyone's experience is different. It is really hard. It feels isolating because it is a small community, but I've found it so comforting to hear other people's stories, and everyone's so kind because they know how hard it is, and everyone's willing to help you. And I'm also willing to help anyone who needs information. I know so much more about the visa process and being an international student / artist than I did 1 year ago, 2 years ago. So yes, ask me if any international students are curious about how it's like in New York or in the States. I'm happy to be a support system as well. I think it's important to remind yourself that you're so brave and to travel out of your country to be so far away from your family and your home. And so give yourself grace. That is a hard thing to do, but you're doing it because you're so passionate about what you want to do. And I just think that it's very admirable that, like, remember you're strong. And also, have fun, like, find friends. Like, it's really exciting to be in New York. Like, there's so many different people, there's so many different things to see and eat, and so find people that you connect with, and find a support system here. There's always gonna be people who are willing to help you and support you, and there's good people around and in the community that is at Fordham. Come see Alexandria at Dixon Place, running until May 25th.